What's poppin', people? It's Dante. Yeah, I just pulled over with my bike. Fall weather in Philadelphia. Wear a sweater. It seems like a good idea to bundle up because it's cold. And you know, one thing I was just thinking of is, like, does biking increase your grip strength? Like, I think biking, like, it depends on, like, perhaps the terrain you're on and like how you're gripping the bike. I don't know, maybe it's good for your grip strength. But yeah, today I'm thinking about black and white photography because of these beautiful colors. You know, it just has me thinking about the medium. It has me thinking about change. It has me thinking about my new process and photographing using black and white. I think a lot of people actually start off photographing in black and white. When you shoot film, that's kind of the first film stock people will shoot towards, and I did when I was younger. I liked using the black and white film and photographing that way. I think it was a good way to learn. But to return to that sort of state where I'm back on it with the black and white, yeah, it's rejuvenating. It's like very liberating. It's a good thing, but it's more so to me the process itself of actually photographing and getting a picture straight out of camera than anything else. So the technical sides of it are more interesting to me than the aesthetics. If you consider the raw file format, you know, you get the color file, a flat file, and you have to do some processing, tweaking, and I naturally incline myself to keeping the raw file as a color file when I started photographing using digital technology, and it was just the sort of natural process, right? It was a color file, I'll keep it color. Now that I have a Ricoh GO3 and I make my small JPEG bake in all of the high contrast aesthetics into the camera without having to do any processing, I have a way faster and smoother process where I don't need to back up these crazy files that are huge. I have like a 4 megabyte file that's aesthetically beautiful and future-proof, because I believe that that is the solution to longevity, having the files last. And to strip down to the light and shadow, to strip down to the basics, I think is essential for our curiosity as photographers, where there's actually more potential and more possibilities with black and white. You know, a lot of the times with color you become dependent on the weather or the light. Different conditions don't really suit itself as well with color, in my opinion. You know, I've found that to be the case a lot of the time throughout my journey photographing. And you know, you would depend on the golden hour a lot. Now with black and white, it's actually kind of nice to have flat light. I like when there's clouds in the sky now. It's actually flattering for black and white. But any condition becomes beautiful in black and white. And anything and everything almost becomes photographable in a way through the aesthetic of making the blacks really deep and crushing the shadows and just focusing on what's in the highlight area. It's sublime, and I believe goes beyond beauty. It's a very different approach that I am relieved to have found, because I can continue making pictures with curiosity and not be bogged down by these big files and processing and all this kind of nonsense that I would have to deal with throughout my travels. And yeah, it actually does matter to me, and I think about longevity and I think about what can sustain myself, and I actually think that this is the solution, which I find to be future-proof, which I find to be new and fresh, and keeps me coming out and keeps me curious. As ultimately, you know, in the past I had this more documentary approach to things, more so depicting what life is, real life kind of thing. You know, it was like very raw, very real, my pictures. I'm actually looking to have a more abstract approach where, yeah, I'm abstracting reality. I'm trying to depict what life could be, not what life is going forward, and to have a multifaceted way of viewing the world. But ultimately, I think that the goal is to continue changing. The goal is to continue developing your process, your style, your whatever, your voice, and to not get bogged down by anything or any ideas. It seems to be a good thing. So from here on out, I'll be tinkering, I'll be exploring, and to finish what a photograph can be, yeah, I believe in order to do that, you gotta go back to the basics.